suggested that if more women were able to become leaders in a workplace, it could add up at least $4.3 trillion in the U.S. economy by 2025. And I think it's important that women gets the chance to become leaders too in the business. You know, like for example, like just anything.
Yeah.
You know, like the gender for that.
Yeah, even have positions. Like I think I remember I studied one of my sociology. There was like the barriers the women face in having positions in business.
Glass ceiling.
Yes,
Yeah.
the glass ceiling. Yeah, women face those barrier to have positions in company if gender is accepted and equal payment. Yeah, so all those will be taken out and so.
So adding to your statistics, I think the Observer magazine points out that the data showing that companies in top quartile for racial and ethnic and gender diversity are more likely to have financial returns above their industry peers. So it means that, you know, women, ethnic minorities being employed by these companies, I mean, their productivity just goes up. And the other industries have also realized that, they know, but I mean, how to implement these things is, I think, is the question that the prof was talking about, time, right? Some feel that, you know, the time is just too much, but, you know, since 2013, 2013, 2014, you know, we are 2017, and they are still talking about time, right? Management is still talking about time. I mean, it's already for nearly 5 years, right? So it means that these other companies, they are, you know, way ahead, raking in the billions, and the others who are complaining are still where they are. I don't know if their productivity is going out or some are filed for bankruptcy. I don't know.
Yeah, so one of the solutions I have is that like the leaders at the top of the company have to have a commitment and they have to have a vision of diversity, so they have to be like committed to integrating the company. And one of the things that you talked about was using an employee survey to assess the current practices that they have and to have a baseline to help them reach their like vision of diversity.
Is that like for the training?
Yeah. And so I think the employee survey would be important because it shows like how the employees feel the company is doing.
I think I have that one too. I mean, I have something that will be like a training on diversity, which is like help like the workers, like the team members gain cultural knowledge of different employees and like the company too.
I think it's the same thing, right? We provide employees with inclusion training program.
Training,
inclusion training program. Yeah. I don't know. We didn't contact each other. I think maybe we are. Well, it seems that our answers, our solutions, just converge.
Okay, so your second solution?
I think employees would need, like you said, you know, professional training.
Yeah, then we can agree on that.
Yeah, and then as you said, was it you? Maybe I think we were talking about.
What criteria would that go under though?
Yeah, that's what
I think now we are dealing with laws, cultural acceptance, and social acceptance. We are not yet in buy-in.
Okay.
Yeah, so since Billy, you brought the buy-in thing.
this room.
Billy, since you brought in the buy-in stuff, why don't you give us some lead on that?
Yeah, I mean, I think the employee survey would have, definitely would have buy-in from the employees because they'd feel like they were contributing. And one of the big things I saw was it talked about how having diversity in like the top of a company helps the company relate to the target like demographic of consumers that they're trying to sell their products to.
And I think it's practical. You know that sometimes when you go to, let me talk about the African market, for example. You know, when you go to any African market, the Ghanaians who own African market, they don't employ Ghanaians. They employ people from Cameroon, so that Cameroonians will go, naturally Ghanaians will go there and buy, right? But then if a Cameroonian is working there, right, more Cameroonians will come there and then buy
Yeah.
because they see their country. So
Yeah,
that,
exactly.
I think that's a very good. I think it's being practiced also at Walmart and other places, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah, because if you employ, you know, Spanish speaking or Hispanic, definitely we shall come there. And HMAT, you know HMAT, Kmart on 40 West, I think they have that. So they employ everybody, Chinese, Hispanic, blacks.
Yeah,
then
and
we
that
always-
definitely has to go with cultural
Yeah,
and
yeah,
social accept.
yeah. Because there are some food items that, you know, not all Americans love. You
And
know,
that's like the main definition
Yes.
of diversity too, you know,
Yeah.
like the differences. Okay.
Yeah, that's it. So we go on to
The third,
the buying. I think we
talk about time.
the time factor.
Yeah.
I think-
Have you all gone through all 5 of your solutions?
Yeah, we have pretty much, but I think
No,
our 5.
I got a pretty much and I got a,
Yeah,
each
no,
of you were supposed to have 5
Yeah,
solutions.
they all
Have you
did.
gone
But
through
We
all?
found some similar
But-
Oh,
solutions.
okay.
But
Yeah.
it seems like I think we didn't contact each other, but I think our solutions are overlapping.
Do you guys have one for like talents of team members?
No.
Yeah, it's,
I have that
that's
as
it.
one of mine, like expand the line of talents for leaders. Like see people with like different talents that they have and like skills for the type of positions that they have in like the workplace.
Yeah, you know,
It can increase- it can
you know,
increase, like-
clear data-driven goals for employees to achieve, right?
Like increase the diversity in talents.
Yeah, and then, you know, support the employees need for professional training and development. The companies might provide all employees with challenging work and, you know, provide employees with inclusion training programs.
I think I have
So-
one on communication. So I said companies too or businesses, they need to know that communication is a key to success. So they have to make their policy clear and easy to understand by every member, even those with different backgrounds. So if people with diversity comes in and they know the health policy, the safety of the company policy, that way it show acceptance and they are being clarified, and they even know who is accountable. They are aware that who is accountable if something goes wrong, the policy company, or the company policy. Sorry, that way it helps the company. It shows that the company is diverse and help the company to really grow and increase in production.
Any objection to that appreciation for that, because that's a very important point. Much of the time when we go to companies, we just decide that, okay, we don't even ask of those, like you're saying, yeah, those emoluments, you know, we just go and then we work, you get big check, but then at the end of the day, there's nothing in reserve. you
I
know,
can take
those
that
benefits.
personally, yeah. Like for example, personally, when I came here, it was hard for me. The American culture was really different.
Yeah.
So learning those policy and then go to work. Sometimes like people talk about PTO the first time, like at work I didn't even know anything they talk about PTO, but I always hear my friend who talk about it. So all those safety things, policy. So if company make it really easy and understood, show diversity acceptance.
That could be, yeah.
So as we've shared, as there is a convergence in our solutions, now which one do we pick as the best?
The one I heard a lot was like having a really well-developed diversity training.
Yeah.
I think you are the same one. Employees must receive the backing of diversity initiatives from the CEO and management. I think that was my number one.
For
And-
the training?
No.
Or for
No,
the
best
for the best solution.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know, but for like the one you say diversity training, is that
Yeah.
like for the best solution?
No, that's my best solution to all the programs, all these criteria that we've chosen, because
So
we
it
want
would be
an
which
all.
one, the socially accepted, cultural accepted?
Well, it'd be, that's
No,
the
I
one he
think we are
thinks
going on the
fits
best
all of
solution.
them.
Well, it's all-
Yeah, all four, yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. So
Because
now,
remember that we want
Yeah.
an all-inclusive, you know,
Then,
all-inclusive culture.
training programs would fit
Training
all of
programs.
them. For both, okay.
The training programs are there, but like we discussed, but the CEOs and the management, you know, backing the employees or the diverse group in there, that's the most important, because if they don't back it,
Yeah.
then how are we going to buy in the first place? Yeah, how are we going to buy in? So, I mean, that's the best. I don't know which one is the best for you.
Yeah, I think the best, like I said, cultural accept. I think all the four they are best. They're really good. It's a socially accepted.
I can kind of agree with Kojo
Yeah.
that I think training programs is probably includes cultural accept because you're training everyone, right? Socially accept, you're training gender, like male and female. The laws and rules, like, there's different type of rules and policies for that program and training. You're gonna learn about all of that, right? So I think
And then
the program
the
training
buy-in.
would be the
I
best
think
solution.
the buy-in must give a different, this thing for the buy-in is, because it's like,
Yeah, the
the buy-in
buy-ins
is
is
that
not really.
those who are outside and they want to buy into our program. But like, you give the example, maybe if I
And
own,
influence.
yeah, if I make a business and I employ some other person, they bring in more people to buy the goods. So
Yes,
I
right.
I
accept
think
that
that would
also.
be true, yeah.
All
Yeah,
right, so,
I think that the training program would include all four criteria.
so how about the
How would
actual implementation?
How could
So
we
would a
decide?
training program be mandated? Or is a training program up to
Optional.
each company? And if it's up to each company, does it solve your problem?
No, I think since
Mandated.
I think
no,
it's
yeah, it's mandatory because since government will come in, right? We need the state and then federal government to come in to lay these anti-discrimination laws. Then it must be mandated because I
then they have no other
specified
option but
right
to do
there.
it.
Mm,
Mhm.
I already specified.
It should be
Let me
mandated
quote.
for every company.
Yeah, let me quote it from here.
And is it every big company? Is it every
Every type of
company?
small,
Is it?
Small, big, medium, the most richest